if you have 1,000 plus 1,000.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
Well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
Because I've been seeing this through the last several years, specifically in the black church. Well, no, I won't even say that, because we got it in the white church too. When you go on to like when you actually research and watch documentaries about how these TBNs and like all of these pastors use the Bible as a platform to drain the pockets of their parish, you'll see that this is the prosperity gospel is often what is taught in churches these days. It's often what is pushed out to the public to believe that in order to get closer to God, you have to pay an admission. That's what they're saying. That's what this guy is saying. Whatever you gave, sister, ain't enough. And clearly you don't understand how the church works, and you don't care about the church because you gave me $1,200 instead of $2,000. That's what he's saying. This is why I don't fuck with the church. It's the audacity for me. Specifically, when we see pastors driving Rolls Royces and Mercedes Benzes, wearing Versace, Fendi, Louis Vuitton. There is an Instagram page. I think it's called Pastors and Sneaks or something like that, where you can look at what every pastor wears every Sunday and calculate how much money they're wearing just on their bodies. Do you think that they paid for that? Who you think paid for that? So if you want the church to survive, pastor, maybe you should go to the consignment shop and sell some of your shit. Why are you asking people, everyday working people, who are doing so well in what they're giving? I've never given a seed that high. The highest I've done is probably $300. I have never been able to give a seed that high. I've never even been called in my spirit to give a seed that high. But this woman did it to try to meet this goal, and you embarrass her in front of the congregation. And you're probably wearing something, Armani, some kind of suit. You probably got a tailored suit on that costs that other $800, bruh. Why don't you put your suit in the offering cup? Take it off. Why don't y'all just show up in regular ass clothes? Why are y'all wearing designer clothes? If the church is hurting so bad and y'all need so much help, why don't you bring it down to a level? Since you want to be Christian, you want to be like Jesus. I didn't hear about Jesus wearing no Versace flip-flops. I heard of Jesus wearing whatever he could find, washing other people's feet, feeding other people. This is why the church is just not it for me. And I'll say it all day, and I don't care who is all offended. Like, the way the church plays on the congregation these days, and the way the church pacifies anything that the pastor does as he's just a man, he needs to be given grace, he is just learning, everybody falls down, oh, I'm a sinner too. But let it be somebody else doing something they don't agree about, and they are going to hell. They are damned for all eternity. And let somebody give $1,200 versus the $2,000, and you embarrass them in front of the congregation. Make it make sense. I know you can't, because it don't make sense. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. And honestly, if these churches would just wake the hell up and do their jobs, they'd get way more people in their seats. And from those way more people, you get more tithes and offerings. They wouldn't be the $2,000 that you demanding from people. This is not the only pastor I've seen do this. I've seen what's his name? Keon Henderson do this shit. I've seen so many pastors demand money that these people probably can't afford for things for the church when they're wearing designer clothes, living in compounds, living private jets. Jesus didn't have no jet. He had a donkey. I'm going to need y'all to level down before you start asking your parish and your flock to level up. It's sickening. It's disgusting. It's hard to watch. It makes me angry, if you can't tell. And I think the thing that makes me the angriest is that this is all acceptable to most Christians in church. But when the pastor, like I said, does something, touches some little boys or anything, it's like, oh, we need to pray for our leaders. Nah. Maybe you need to discern better that your leaders aren't leaders. Maybe you need to remember that it says the legion will be in the church in the last days. Maybe you need to start holding your standard of what's represented at the church to a higher standard before you judge everybody that's not in the church. Maybe y'all shouldn't be wearing designer clothes because you don't need them. And if your church is hurting, you need to cut back on expenses. You need to live at the level that we're living at before you ask people to give over their rent money. Because I'm sure that was her rent money. I'm just over it. Make it make sense. And this is going to piss some people off, but I really don't care. Like, I don't. Somebody needs to say it. It's time the church actually operates like the church. It's time the church actually stands on what the principles are that Jesus was about. Not using Jesus as some facade to bring people in only to do the opposite behind closed doors. It's disgusting. Do better.